Hey queens, hey my loves, hey baddies, hey bitches, welcome back to another video. In today's workout we are going to do a glute focused and quad focused leg day. I'm super pumped up about it, and here this is my post workout pump that you see here going on, so stay tuned and let me know if you tried this workout. Okay, so to kick things off, we are going to do dumbbell walking lunges. I do want to add that I always warm up on the treadmill or the Stairmaster for at least 10 minutes, followed by dynamic stretching before I get into my workout. And I typically do a warm-up set as well of whatever movement I am doing. So to start things off today, we're going to do dumbbell walking lunges. You could also use a barbell if you want to make it a little bit easier to stabilize yourself. And like I said, it's going to be 3 sets of 10 reps on each leg. Whatever you do on one side, you want to make sure you do on the other side. So you're going to want to make sure that your front knee tracks over that toe, and you're also going to want to lean your body weight forward. This is going to put more emphasis on your quads and just forcefully stand yourself up on that front leg. That back leg is just there for support. You're not standing yourself up with that back leg. Now another thing is, if it is too much for you, or you feel like you can't complete the 2 laps with the weights, it's okay to drop the dumbbells. You'll see me here. I felt fatigued. I didn't feel like I would be able to maintain good form, so I literally dropped the weights and then continued the remaining steps that I had to do to complete that set. So that is perfectly okay. It's better to keep moving than to cheat yourself and to try to give up and quit a little bit earlier. Just don't stop, and anything you can do to maintain good form, that's always going to take priority over anything else. Okay, so next up are leg presses. We're gonna do a high wide stance leg press for today. I'm using 4 plates as my max for the day, my max weight. I just really felt slightly fatigued today for some reason. I've gone up to 6 plates before, but for today 4 is gonna be my max, and honestly I felt like I was even struggling with that. So yeah, you want to do at least 3 to 4 sets depending on your fitness level, and you want to aim for anywhere from 6 to 12 reps depending on your personal goals. Just make sure that your knees are following in the direction of your toes, and super important is not locking your knees when you're all the way at the top. So like, don't straighten your legs all the way. I see people doing this all the time and it drives me crazy because I literally get scared for them. So just be mindful of that. Don't lock at the top, and just make sure that you keep a slight bend in your knees when you're at the top. But also do not spend too much time at the top, because then you're resting. You want to keep those muscles in action, keep that time under tension flowing. So you want to lower down nice and slow, and control. The slower the better, and then push it forward and right back down, and just keep repeating.
Have no shame, there's no time. Feel the pain, live the grind. I could change, in my mind. Pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win at life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel.
Okay, so next up are Romanian deadlifts. Here I'm using 2 45-pound plates. Remember, the bar is 45 pounds, so this is about 135. I basically did like a deadlift to get the bar off of the ground, and then you'll see that I'm hip hinging forward. I'm not just bending down to put the barbell low, you know, I'm hip hinging forward. I'm pushing my hips back, and I am lowering the bar to the ground and then lifting back up. But most important is hip hinging back. You want to keep a slight bend in your knees, and you want to glide that bar along your knees until you get to about 1 inch in front of your shin. So your legs are literally your guidelines for where that barbell is supposed to travel towards. And yeah, also make sure that you're hips are always lower than your shoulders, just to not put too much strain on your low back. And look down at the ground. You see me here looking down at the ground. Don't look up at yourself. You want to keep your neck looking down just to protect your spine and prevent any injury. So I did about 3 sets with the heavier weight, and I varied from like 6 to 10 reps per set. And then for this last set, I lowered the weight, basically like a drop set, and I did as many reps as I could using the same exact form as before. With the lighter weight, so I can obviously move a little bit faster, but you still want to make sure that you are focusing on your mind to muscle connection, making sure your form is proper, and just not overextending on the way up. Okay, so now it's time for dumbbell alternating step ups. Now I do want to say that I feel like my form is a little bit off. I still extremely felt this, honestly, in my lower glute and in my quads, and I was going nice and slow, so I felt the burn. I do wish that this step up stool was a little bit higher. I tried to put plates on it to make it higher, but it was too slippery. This is Babe here being silly, and I had no idea, and this was the only set that I filmed, so please excuse that. But yeah, I wish that the thing was a little bit higher. When I put the plates, they were sliding, so I was a little bit too nervous. I didn't feel like I had stability. I like my form. Like I said, I wish I was higher, and I do also wish that I was leaning more forward, my body weight more forward, just to place even more emphasis on my glutes to get me back up on that front leg. Again, you're not pushing up with that back leg. That back leg is just for balance and support. It is not doing any of the real load and the real lifting. So yeah, if you try this, see if you can have a slightly higher stool and just try to lean your body more forward if you want to place more emphasis on the glutes. But even with this form that I'm doing here, I felt it. Like, my glutes are so sore, it's not even funny right now. So yes, do 3 sets of 10 on each leg. If you want to make it easier, take out the weight and just do your body weight, but 10 on each leg per set. Remember, whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other. Okay, so lastly, our leg extensions. I put 1 and 1.5 because I'll show you that in the next set. But for the first set, I did like a warm-up set, and I just did a full leg extension. This seat helps form because it kind of has my body in a forward-leaning position. If your seat is more flat, you want to try to lean your torso more forward. This helps put more emphasis on those quads. Also, just keep your toes pointed forward. Don't put them outward, don't put them inward, just keep them forward, and basically almost shoulder width apart, and go all the way up and contract at the top. If you can hold it at the top, even better, and then lower, slow and controlled on the way back down and then back up. Alright, so here, I'm just kind of contemplating my life, you know, typical gym life stuff, but we're gonna get into the 1 and 1/2 reps here. Again, focus on slow and controlled. Make sure you're contracting your quads when you're at the top. Just make sure you're focusing on that mind to muscle connection. Any movements that you're doing, that's always your priority. And pick a weight that you're able to successfully do it with proper form. Don't just keep swinging the bar up. I see that way too often. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Make sure you're subscribed and give this video a thumbs up. Stay tuned.
Dicey sounds.